6 games of hoops on a Wednesday night. The Detroit Pistons get a very nice bounce-back win. The Spurs hang on to beat the Raptors. And the Bucks get a win over the, unfortunately, pretty beaten-up Cavaliers. This is your daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. My name is Levi Jacob. Let's jump into the games. Game of the night was the Detroit Pistons versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Detroit won 124 to 116. The Thunder were pretty shorthanded, but they also have been and still have been pretty successful in basketball games recently. Still no SGA, still no AJ, still no J-Dub, no Hartenstein, no Holmgren, no Caruso. So they just, most of their starting five rotation was not playing in this game. Jalen Williams, the center, he scored 30 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Kason Wallace had another nice game with 23, 5 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal on 9 of 17 shooting. 5 of 10, by the way, for the other for Jalen Williams. 7 of 7 from the line. Major offensive hub in this game, which was pretty surprising. Aaron Wiggins with 20 and 6 assists. Lou Dort played minutes, but they weren't pretty. He was there for 28 minutes, but didn't do much as far as scoring. Neither did Isaiah Joe. He left early. He only played 14 minutes. Jared McCain put up another 20-point game for them. Very nice. Cameron Williams chipped in with another 13. This Thunder team, somebody said on Twitter that it's kind of like the Thunder Blue, which is their G League team, are playing out there. All of these guys, I'm pretty sure at some point were on that team, which is pretty crazy. We got 15 minutes from Topic, got cursed out by Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is absolutely ruthless, but also not only in terms of his verbal aggressiveness, but also in terms of his basketball aggressiveness. 29 points with 4 rebounds, 13 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. 8 turnovers was not great, but 11 of 16 shooting, 3 of 5 from 3 with 4 of 4 from the free throw line. I think he's going to go for it. I think he's going to try to go for the MVP. I really think he will. 38 minutes for him in this game, but just he's doing whatever he can in order to be as productive for this team as possible. He is their whole entire offensive system, and when he has a game like this, it's so much fun to watch. Again, you would think that the Thunder, with majority of their starting unit out, is not a competitive team. It is not the case. I still give him credit for playing against this team. They were still looking good out there, and they almost won. Jalen Duren, 29, 15, a block, 12 of 17 shooting, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Duncan Robinson chipped in with 16. Thompson had a really nice game as well. 11, 4, 7 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. 5 of 7 shooting, 28 minutes for him. He really needs to get a lot of recognition. It's very possible that him and his brother both make Asar and Amen Thompson. Very likely they both make all defensive teams. They are exceptional athletes and defenders, and their offense is coming along as well. They both just understand the game at such a high level, and I really was not as inclined to think so coming into their draft. I didn't think that they would be able to rise this high as far as their potential on both sides of the floor, and I think that they still have more to go. And I'm just very impressed. I thought they were both just athletes, but nope, they really have such a high IQ for basketball and such a high willingness to learn new things. But just overall, those top guys really just, it's awesome. This Detroit team is really awesome. Next, the Warriors beat the Grizzlies 133 to 112. Will Richard scored 21 points, and Warriors had 8 players in double figures. Brandon Podziemski has been looking better. I will admit he has been looking better. Still, I don't love it, but he had 19 points as well as Gary Payton, and just so many injuries on both sides of the court. Guy Santos has been looking like a player that will likely play in the rotation next year for the Warriors, which is very cool. A lot of scoring all over the place. Pat Spencer also had 9 assists. Very nice. A lot of ball movement going on for the Warriors team. They've just been playing Steve Kerr's way since they've had all these injuries. Gigi Jackson had 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists, 2 blocks. He's also a player, by the way, that I believe last year he broke into the rotation. I think it was last year, maybe the year before that. Maybe last year he was more injury riddled, so he unfortunately he didn't get to play a lot. But realistically speaking, this is might be the start of him getting real minutes for this Grizzly team for next year. Like if it can project into next year, because he's been looking pretty good with no other real options on this team. He's still very young. He's like 21, I want to say. Ty Jerome, he's awesome. He's just awesome. I wish that he was able to play with his team fully healthy. He was able to be there like earlier in the year when Zach Edey was also there, because I think that I think maybe that the Grizzlies' outlook would have been significantly different because he just adds a level of shooting and playmaking that they really lacked without Ja in the lineup. Yeah, this Grizzlies team is it's worse for wear. It's definitely seen better days. There's not many notes left as far as this game, as far as this team, probably for the rest of the season, honestly, because not much doing. Next, the Spurs, as I said, beat the Raptors. Really, really a close game at the end there, 110-107. Devin Vassell had 21 points. He's been playing really, really awesome since he came back. 8 of 13 shooting, 5 of 6 from 3. He's just been going off. De'Aaron Fox put up 20 points. Stephon Castle contributed with 13. Victor, 30 minutes, 12 points, 3 of 12 shooting, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, 5 blocks, and 3 turnovers. They played good defense, and I'll tell you who exactly it was that played really good defense on Victor Wembanyama, the whole team. But more importantly, Jakob Poeltl was out there playing, really, really contributing here. I want to finish with the Spurs, and then we'll get on to the Raptors, but Julian Champagnie had 10.6 and 5. He really is this jackknife, as I mentioned earlier in the season. I'm very impressed by him. Dylan Harper, 15, 5, and 7 with 2 steals, 7 of 11 shooting. Really, really nice. And that managed to be enough, but it was a very, very close game. Brandon Ingram had 20 and 11. His last second shot ricocheted off the side of the backboard. That was kind of a little bit ugly to see. Mano quickly put up another 20-point game. Very nice for him. 3 of 5 shooting. His sharpshooting has been really, really, really essential to this team. Scotty Barnes probably had one of his worst games in the past few weeks. 15, 4, 2, 3 steals and a block with 5 turnovers, 7 of 13 shooting. He played 31 minutes, but he was like the focal point that they were focusing on, that the Spurs defense was focusing on, because he's like their hub. Colin Murray Boyles went out. He started for them though. RJ Barrett, 12, 7, and 3. Jakob Poeltl, as I mentioned before, 15, 7, 2, a steal and 3 blocks, 5 of 11 shooting in 28 minutes. 5 of 5 from the line, which is like not necessarily his calling card. He's not so great in the free throw department. Awesome. Really happy to see him back and playing, and I really, really hope for their sake that he's healthy again, because he actually really could be just such a big addition to this Raptors team. Really, really huge addition to this Raptors team. Next, the Bucks beat the Cavs. And you say to yourself, how does this happen? The answer is no Donovan Mitchell, no James Harden. Donovan Mitchell sat out with a groin, not injury, but he irritated something, so he's sitting out, he's getting rest. James Harden broke, I want to get it right, but he apparently fractured something in his right hand, so not his shooting hand. He will be playing through it, was the report, but he didn't play tonight. They were still waiting for some diagnosis and treatment. So maybe it was a last-minute thing before the game. But as I said, he didn't play. Jarrett Allen put up 27, 11, 1 assist, 2 steals, and 1 block, 10, 15 shooting, 7 of 8 from the line. Awesome. Dennis Schroeder had a really good game. This is his best game as a Cav. 26, 2, and 5, 8 of 14 shooting, 3 of 6 from the 3-point range, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Jalen Tyson chipped in with 14 and 10. Sam Merrill had 14, 5, and 2 with 2 3-pointers. Keon Ellis, he's a guy that I picked up and I put on my fantasy team. I always talk about Keon Ellis, but 14, 4, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. 5 of 9 shooting, 4 of 8 from the free throw from the 3-point line. Awesome, really, really awesome. He's a +6 in the game. He's just in a loss. He affects so positively. On the other side of the court, as I always say, Kevin Porter Jr. is a pleasant surprise this season. 28, 5, and 5 with 1 really nasty block that he had in this game. 10 of 16 shooting. Ryan Rollins put up a 18, 3, and 9. They have been a fun duo to watch, because I thought that with Kevin Porter Jr. coming back, Ryan Rollins' role would be more reduced. They've really looked really nice together. They both played defense on a very good level for what I was expecting of them before the season, and they've really both stepped up. Kyle Kuzma with 17, AJ Green with 15, and Miles Turner with 15, Jericho Sims with 11 and 11, and Bobby Portis with 10. They had a lot of people scoring in double digits. So that really helps contribute to a win. The notable people for me who didn't get a lot of time or minutes or points, Cam Thomas and Ousmane Dieng, which is weird because they're the young pieces that I want to see more of. And maybe Doc Rivers should not be their coach anymore, is the truth, but they won. So I'm not going to complain about it. Kudos to them for winning. Very nice. Next, the Rockets Rockets beat the Kings 128-97. Reed Sheppard made 7 3-pointers, and Şengün had a triple-double. 28 points for Reed Sheppard, as I mentioned, on those 7 of 16 3-pointers, 9 of 21 from the field. Alperen Şengün, 26, 13, and 11 on 9 of 13 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3. Very, very nice from him because, as I mentioned before, he needs to be doing more, and this is more for me. He's contributing. He also had 3 blocks, 2 steals, really awesome. Kevin Durant with 21 points, 8 of 13 shooting, played 28 minutes. Jabari Smith had a 12-point game on 6 of 12 shooting. Tari Eason, he was in there starting. Josh Okogie, 14 and 7. On the other side of the ball, Russell Westbrook again got the majority of the minutes. I don't know Doug Christie, you never know who's going to play what role in what amount of time for this team, but he had 22 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 10 of 19 shooting, 1 of 7 from 3, but 1 of 1 from the line. DeMar DeRozan, 15 and 7 assists. Maxime Reynaud, 11 and 8. He's been really doing a good job of starting in the second stint here after Domantas Sabonis went out for the season. Precious Achiuwa, 6 and 10. Nick Clifford, 15-2 with 4 steals, 6 of 11 shooting. He's been playing really nicely in the passing lanes, really well. He had 4 steals in this game. I think he had 6 steals the game before that. He's been doing really good. Like, I think Russ has probably, taught him some of his ways from college of playing in those passing lanes and disrupting some traffic. But this is a nice win from the Rockets. But again, there's not really much that's threatening this Rockets team from the Kings. So it is what it is. I want to see them do this kind of thing against a better team. Last game of the night, the Nuggets beat the Celtics 103-84. They were pretty close through most of the way. They played really good defense on Jokic. This was probably one of his worst shooting nights of the season, which was weird to see. I'm playing against him in fantasy this week, so I'm happy about that. 30, 12, and 6 for him, 11 of 28 shooting, 4 of 3 from 3. That's not a classic Jokic. That's like an Alperen Şengün stat line. Jamal Murray went out with illness 8 minutes into the game. Nobody else on this Nuggets team do I want to write home about in this game. Nothing impressive otherwise. The Celtics really are a formidable team, and I want to give all the credit in the world to the Celtics. They really shouldn't be able to do this, and they're doing it. Jaylen Brown had a comment, though, where he said, I'm the MVP because we're the second seed, and I'm leading a team of all bench players. I just feel like that's not going to get you any fans in the locker room. I feel like that's not a good way to motivate your teammates. That's not a good thing to say. It's a me thing. I also don't think it's true, to be honest with you. I think when you see all these players playing up to such a high level, like, it shows you, wow, these players are maybe really good. Like, Derek White is not a bench player. Whatever. Either way, 23 points for him, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks, 7 of 21 shooting for him, 1 of 6 from 3, 8 of 9 for the free throw line. 34 minutes. Derek White, 26, 3, 1, and 3, 6 of 14 shooting, 4 of 9. The last 2 games for him have been really awesome. Neemias Queta, 10 and 4 in that starting spot. Vooch played 23 minutes, 2 points, 8 rebounds. Again, he was against Jokic, so I don't really blame him, but he's going to need to be doing, the last few games he's not been doing as much as I think that Vooch is capable of, and I'm going to need to see more from him. We're all going to need to see more from him in order to think that they would do better in the playoffs. But that is it. That is the whole recap today. That was your daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. I want to thank you all for listening, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.